Hi, welcome. Good afternoon to yet another course review video of DLife Healthcare Limited. As you would know, DLife is the largest and only low-carb nutrition-based metabolic wellness platform out of India, pioneered by Anuroop Singh in 2014 with his 100-gram revolutionary low-carb protocol. Today, DLife is in over 20 plus countries with enrollees across the globe and growing rapidly. We have our new office in Mumbai, Lokhandwala, that is set to launch in a big banner. And taking that momentum forward, we today have Mr. Anuroop Nath, who would be talking to us today about his experience of the D-Life course, what he has gained, how he has learned, what has been his journey so far, and what he's looking forward to. If you wish to see this video, please subscribe to our DLife channel in YouTube. Press the bell icon and you will get regular updates from our stable. Welcome, Anuroop, and thanks for joining on a Sunday afternoon. Little bit about you. Just let me introduce Anuroop and he can talk more about that. Anuroop is quintessential former corporate leader from the IT sector. He has donned multiple roles in the corporate sector successfully before he decided to start something of his own in life coaching and life consulting area, and he has been doing that since successfully. Health and wellness probably is a very normal progression towards adding that to his feather in the cap and adding that to his portfolio. So I will not talk much about Anuroop. It's best that I leave it up to him to kind of talk about himself and then tell us about his journey with D-Life. Over to you, Anuroop.
Sure. Good afternoon and thank you for having me. Well, I've been in the corporate and technical leadership roles for about more than 2 decades. I worked with a lot of MNCs, more of a techie, moved to Bangalore from the north, and I love it here. I left a few years back, just wanted to pursue something more and meaningful in life. I wanted to get out of this corporate rat race and daily rigmarole. Yeah, so I'm married. I have 2 daughters, and my wife is also from the software field, and she also left to pursue her own calling. She's a counselor therapist, having a very successful practice, and I've also been quite deep into equities, finance, personal finance. I also manage a portfolio for someone. So I'm lifelong learner, keep on exploring new topics, and this is my new calling. So here I am. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for that introduction. I think, we have a lot of viewers and we have a lot of people who keep asking us that how do corporates or people like who come from corporate can do such a course and what is the connection? And today we will talk about that connection. To start with, Anuroop, what motivated you to come into the wellness and the health arena, and then why D-Life?
Sure. I'll just take a minute to talk about it. Not many people know that. So basically, my journey has been connecting the dots, as Steve Jobs used to say. I haven't shared much with anybody, but I saw Anup on Twitter probably many years back. I don't even recall, 5, 6 years back. And there was this guy, taking on a lot of trolls on the Twitter. And he was quoting science, and they were probably getting quite personal about it. That courage that he showed stayed with me. And I followed him, and few days later, there was a link to the forum. Probably I would have joined the forum many years back. But I could not make head and tails out of it. Maybe it was a lack of access I did not have. But it was quite interesting. And just like a book is there, on the shelf for many years. So I have this book called I Am That by Nisargadatta Maharaja. It was lying on my shelf for 7 years and I just could not pick it up. तो कहते हैं ना उसका time नहीं आया था. So my father, he recently passed away from comorbidities, mostly owing to diabetes. And he was very sick 2 years back, and I nursed him back. And it was a nightmare in those hospitals. You know, it is a small town, it is a smaller hospital. The doctors are the gods there. कुछ भी मेडिसिन दे रहे हैं, कुछ पूछो तो ना समय है ना कुछ बताने का वो है. So it was like I felt very helpless at that time. So that started my understanding, you know, going to 1mg, understanding kya medicine hai. I still recall he was getting discharged that day, Sayan, and he was quite happy because it has been a month in the hospital. And he was a Fauji, you know, he was an army guy who was quite uh, quite disciplined and consistent with his diet, his exercise, and all that. And he was shaving and he was happy, and suddenly he felt so weak. And guess what? These guys came and gave him a shot of insulin. So later on, I came to know he was already going in hypo, and they gave him a shot of insulin. You know, those things. And so, yeah, I mean, we could figure it out. So, anyways, Jason Fung, Eric Berg are quite famous on the social media. So, gathered some bits and here and there also. But I think the turning point came when I attended a webinar hosted by one of our D-Life senior mentors, Satyajit. And when I saw his webinar, it all started making sense to me. Acha, so this is happening. So I've been following Ayurveda for donkey years now. And although I stand by that science, it helps because it also works on a metabology level. But it was not curing me. I was suffering for some lot of factors, and I said, I'm not getting my answers out here. So when I attended Satyajit's webinar, and I thought, let me join his course because those days he was also, you know, having this 3 months programs with him. But I stayed with it for a while, and I happened to see one of the MHC videos, the Metabolic Health Conference videos by hosted by Shashi and Anup, and there was this guy called Dr. Alok Gupta. He's an Australian doctor. He's a Indian. He's from Queensland. And somewhere he mentioned that he could cure his mother's uh, decades-old diabetes using low-carb approach. And that's what told myself. I mean, I have to go to the source. I mean, it's not about you know, how much it's going to cost and all. I have to go to the source and you know, understand this thing at a more proper level, more scientific level. You know, I was having my own issues. There was some long pending bloating. You know how it is in corporate, long hours. The boss gets the pizza for you. It's poor health. In fact, I used to eat a lot of processed foods, and I would, you know, give a slap myself whenever I eat a packet of chips, or I'll say I'll do 5 push-ups every day. You know, for every instance I would do, or I'll put like 50 rupees for every transgression I have. But nothing worked because I did not know that time that avoiding carbs is one thing, but there is something else to fill you up, like a protein or a fat. You know what I mean about it. So, long story short, that's where I decided, okay, I have to go and be part of this wonderful community.
Great story, and I think something which a lot of people would relate to. It's not it's something that probably is वो होता है ना घर घर की कहानी हो गई है अभी kind of a thing, particularly
True.
people who are in the corporate sector, right? And you brought up that point that it's not about only not eating carbs, but then what you should eat, right? And how that science comes together. Just as taking that forward, Anuroop, when you came to the course and when you started studying the course, and what kind of struck you in the say for the first in the initial 2 to 3 months? What was your experience, and how did you kind of started getting used to or accustomed to it?
Yeah, I mean, good question. I actually saw because the course allows you to see the table of contents, whatever you have, and I said, अच्छा ये पता है, ये नहीं पता है, ये पता करना है. I googled a bit because I wanted to understand before getting in, and um, I had actually been reading a lot of tweets about by Shashi, by Arun, by the stalwarts, and by Anup, and I think the time had come. So what impressed me the most about the course when I joined was I found it was completely science based. Okay. Now, science itself is not stationary. Otherwise, it's not science. It becomes a myth. Like you have Dr. Ansel Keys thing was a science, and now we know it's a myth. So this course busted these myths. Fat is bad. No, we know fat is not bad. So knowledge was coming, and knowledge turns into wisdom only when you start practicing it. So once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It's very crystal clear to you. And then the Metabolic Health Conference had all the leaders of low carb nutrition and scientists and people coming and sharing their thoughts and energies about what they have been doing for years together. There was so much wealth of knowledge, in these metabolic health conferences. What stuck me was the expert mentors or the community itself. I mean, I started feeling so empowered, not that helpless Anuroop in the hospital who could not know what to do. And I found out that the missing X factor in all the thing was this hyperinsulinemia. Insulin was everybody's focusing. Acha, ye dekho fasting glucose kitna hai, or they're talking about this is not giving a spike. And Dr. Chaudhary, very famous, I used to follow him once. He says, देखो मैंने 8 mango खा लिए कुछ नहीं हुआ. So you understood the fructose metabolism. There is no glucose spike, there is no insulin spike, and yet it's has to be processed by liver. So it was mind blowing, layer after layer, it was peeling. And then this practical real life approach that Anup has given, which is the 100 grams carb target and protein you can target, protein as a target, keep your carbs below 100 and use fat as a lever, and this 20-20-60 formula. So I knew this was a lifestyle caused issues that I was facing, and I knew that I could easily reverse it.
Great. So bringing back that 20-20-60, and obviously a lot of it is implementation as well, right? How you kind of, one is the reading through the course and stuff, etc. And going through the community, we also have this huge library of recipes, right? 2000 plus recipes, Indian recipes, so to say, right? And a lot of people or skeptics would say that it's very difficult to do lchf, low carb, high fat, 100 gram, 20-20-60 formula in Indian context, Indian ecosystem. People like us who have been fed, where food is a culture more than a nutrition medium, right? In India, food is more about culture, right? So every culture has a different, it's an identity. Food becomes an identity more than a means for survival and body's, nutrition needs, right? Um, how did you find the course? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Is it complex to kind of say, okay, I've learned this, but I cannot implement this, or it's not practical, it's not feasible, or no, you can do it provided you know how to do it. I mean, what was your experience about that?
Um, yeah, I think you spoke about the recipes. I think that's one part of it. But about the difficulty of doing course, I don't think it is difficult. I would say it is slightly overwhelming. Why? Because the content is huge. Nutrition is a huge field. That is the first part. And secondly, it's an evolving field. As you would know that we have just had an upgrade in the middle of my batch. So that also was an additional thing. So here is the D-Life core team. They are not backing off saying, "Acha, ye static course hai." So it is evolving. And the thing is, we have this wonderful community support. So we have lots of new science-backed research being floated in the WhatsApp group that we share as a community. So definitely, I mean, I found it to be quite doable. It was overwhelming in the beginning, but I think it's because we need to understand how we need to self-pace it. In fact, I lost my father in between this time, and I lost few months, so I had to put in an extra effort to do it. So had it been month by month on, I think it would have been quite easy to do it. But you have to put a consistent effort. I don't think it is a something which is part time, but I think you should need to have passion for it. Like anything, it's like you you have to put in some work into it. Yeah.
And after doing the course, after completing the course, um, how have you been? How it has kind of changed your outlook? I won't go as far as to change your life, but change your outlook towards everything that you do today, see today, observe today. What has the impact has been?
I mean, first thing that hits me is insulin. What is the insulin response to it? In fact, when somebody talks about a disease, like how our medical science that we practice out there is, it's all compartmentalized. So my mother had a fall. We took her to this nearby hospital, and there I see not only which facility we have to go, but even this specializations is this doctor is for upper body and this doctor is for the lower body, the ortho. So that is what it has come to. And we are talking about at a metabolic biological level, So metabolism, what does it mean? Your markers have to be correct. We know that it's the same thing, which is it's a single whole mechanism. Your on one part, it's high insulin which is causing the CKD. It's causing it's like the tree example. Under the tree, it's the hyperinsulinemia. It's the high insulin. It's the insulin resistance which is working. On top, the manifestation is PCOS. It could be, heart issues. It could be IBS, the gut issues. So this was a big eye opener. And whenever I see now, Sayan, to be very honest, whenever I go outside, अब हाथ जाता ही नहीं है processed food की ओर. You know how it's going to. As I shared earlier, uh, you cannot unsee it now. You can choose to eat it. So in fact, अभी ये दुशहरा निकला है and Durga Puja and all this, people bring sweets and prasad है यार खा लो. So you take a bit of it, put it in your mouth and sit, हो गया. And you don't need to, you go to this annual general body meetings in the apartments and they will serve this samosa, jalebi and chai. ठीक है, you just take a bit of it, फीकी चाय पी लो, it's going to harm you. So this is what has changed for me, and it's changed for my family also, it's changed for my friends also. As I started, it's been a month, I started practicing. A lot of friends are reaching out. I got a client from Ireland. I got a client from Canada, another client from the US. They are reaching out, looking at my status and they're saying, Acha batao. And I offer a 30-minute free clarity call. And this 30 minutes goes to 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. ले लो यार, बता देते हैं तुम्हें. Because you must understand, I was so helpless when I wish I had a community like this when my need was there. So have been telling people. So that's been my experience. It's like a complete shift into the way I look at things.
Right. You spoke about that, okay, you're going to a social setup and in India how the social
Yeah.
setups are, you can't you are sometimes looked as an outcast, right? Saying that, oh, okay, fine, you don't take these things, and sometimes people will make fun of you in a very jovial manner, not in a harmful manner. Um, and often this notion is there that LCHF is restrictive, right? So after going through the course, after changing your lifestyle, and would you say LCHF is restrictive, or it, on the contrary, does it really open up more options for you in terms of your diet, lifestyle, food, etc.?
Well, I think restrictive is a perspective. अब हमारा पूरा देश आटा चावल गेहूं पोहा वर्मसिली, that's how we've been going up our staple diet, idli dosa. And if I have to improve my health to give up that, why not? So restrictive is in terms of just one aspect of it. The dal is still there, the sabjis are still there, the curd is still there, a bit of fiber through salad is still there. Only thing is we have started eating instead of a chapati, we have started eating with a chila. Like in my case, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't have much option. So I have after probably 13 years, I have reintroduced eggs in my diet. So I can see the difference. I knew my biomarkers when I tested it, and I can see. Uh, I haven't got it recently tested, but you know your health. No, you can feel it that
Yeah.
you are better. Because I used to suffer from gut issues, bloating. I used to
Mhm.
suffer from I thought I used to tell my wife, okay, I have some brain fog, memory issues. She never used to believe it. So I don't think it's restrictive. I think it's a perspective change. And rather than taking a medicine and stopping A, B, C, prevent yourself. The lifestyle has caused it. So let the lifestyle change it. It's a small thing to do. You don't need to eat 10 mangoes in the season.
Right.
You can probably, if you want, you can just take one slice of it just to be happy कि चलो इस सीजन का दशहरी मैंने टेस्ट कर लिया है.
Mm.
So I don't think it's restrictive. अब इच्छा भी नहीं होती सहन. You don't feel like
Mm.
eating it. You don't feel like eating that sugar. So I'm here having a coffee. I don't feel like I can, taste the lactose, the sugar in the milk itself.
Mm.
So no, it's not
Mm.
restrictive. There are recipes, I think thousands of recipes in the D-Life community itself. Social media is full of low carb recipes. And those who join D-Life know that there is a big, recipe portals. We have keto recipes, we have low carb recipes, non-veg recipes, egg recipes, paneer recipes. It's entirely your call. And I got
Yeah,
introduced
absolutely.
to, new things like avocados. So I know what is
Mm.
right, what is wrong.
Yeah,
You can just have the taste of it and redevelop it. It's just a
absolutely.
habit. Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, being from corporate, we always talk about ROI, right? The ROI of, anything that we are doing, anything that we are spending. Unfortunately, we don't look at ROI of a lot of things that we should look at, but we look at ROI of things that we probably should not look at. But you have completed the course successfully, you have got your certifications. Um, what would you have to tell someone from your background who has been a corporate leader, gone through that rigmarole and kind of, decided to step away from that? Or if someone doesn't want to step away from that area also. In terms of time, effort, money, what would be your message to them in terms of the worth of this course?
So you're talking about prospective enrollee who's looking to.
If you talk to a friend, like for example, when I talk to my friends and I probably finished this course in April, and it's probably been now 6 months or a little bit more than that. And obviously, my first, and I knew that I have done the course well because I could make my wife change her habits. Okay, I could make my mother and my father and my in-laws change habit because those are the people. घर से charity चालू होता है, right? And वो सबसे मुश्किल काम होता है. So I could change my daughter change her habits. Okay, okay,
Wonderful.
yeah. So and for me that was the worth, right? That was the worth. And when I talk to my friends and when I have my clients and I talk to them and I kind of tell them that one is obviously we're spending some amount of money. You have to, as you said, that it's a comprehensive course, it's continuously getting updated, and hence you need to put that time, effort to understand and stuff, etc. And whoever has enrolled after speaking to me, they have all come back at various times and said, it's very difficult, it cannot do it, why I'm spending so much money, will it get me something later, and stuff, etc. Right? Um, to them, I mean, whatever my message is, I wanted to understand from you that you're fresh out of the pan, right? In terms of finishing the course. So what message you want to give it to someone who is probably thinking of whether I should be doing this course or not, whether I
Yeah.
should be spending X amount of money or not, or whether I should spend in buying an iPhone or not, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a very important to what we are doing here. Fees is a number. It's a subjective number. As Amir Khan quotes in Tare Zameen Pe, that Oscar Wilde famous quote. Uh, Basically, a cynic is a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. I think it applies here straight away. Because how would you price this? It's invaluable. Is there a price to your health? There is this hospital right behind me, and I just walked up to it for something, and these guys are there for cough, cold, for small issues. That is what the society is suffering. He doesn't want to change his Swiggy and Zomato and the money he's paying there, right? I'm not blaming anybody, but I was the same guy. So how do you value this knowledge, right? So that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of intangibles in the course. How do you value the community that we are part of it now? I mean, you are such a wonderful, mentor yourself. You know stuff, a lot of stuff we learn from each other. There's so many experts out here. And uh, as Naval quotes very famously that when wherever special knowledge is taught, it cannot be in schools. It has to be through entrepreneurship, through sorry, apprenticeship. So this is the thing out here. If a new person would like to come here and he's looking at only the fees as a number, then I think he should really reflect back. He should firstly, if you give me a subject to read, for example, my daughter loves Spanish. I cannot make a head and tails of it. But if you give me a book on finance, let's say stock markets, or if you give me a book on adjacent funds, say the diabetes code, I would read it. Why? Because I like it. So पहले तो आपको ये समझना है कि आप ये करना चाहते हो नहीं करना चाहते, not because it's a fad. Secondly, I think to anybody who is looking at it, or I talk to my friends, my approach is I don't want to feel that helpless the way I did. And I'm sure everybody has felt helpless. इतना सोशल मीडिया में रॉन्ग नॉलेज आ रहा है दैट ये खा लो, वो मत खाओ। कोई कह रहा है स्विच ओवर टू मिलेट्स, कोई कह रहा है अच्छा दिस इज बैड। व्हाट इज बैड? प्रोटीन ज्यादा खाने। सो दिस सो मच कंफ्यूजन देयर। नाउ देयर इज नो कंफ्यूजन, देयर इज क्लैरिटी, एंड इट्स गोइंग टू गेट वर्स ओनली. And unfortunately, quite a few doctors do not go deep into nutrition science. I know in our community we have doctors, we have people from Ayurveda background, homeopathy, engineers. So these are the people who are like-minded. We don't want people who just come in and they throw in the money and says, "अच्छा बताओ." ऐसे नहीं. आपको passion होना चाहिए. Passion to help. In fact, I quote to my friend, health as a service. आ जाओ मेरे पास. HAS, like SaaS we have in our software, health as a service. Okay, so yeah, today or tomorrow you're going to step back from the corporate life. Do you want to bring meaning or purpose to your life? Then come and serve people. Don't think कि कितना पैसा return में मिलेगा. Serve, आएगा. And this knowledge is so special. It cannot be taught. It can only be learned with experts, with people who have faced situations. This is what we see in the forum. As they say, in this conference room, we have 100 years of experience. I mean, you just calculate how many years of experience we have in the D-Life forum,
Correct.
right?
No,
So,
you're absolutely right.
yeah. So, and I think now to the new guys, I would say obesity, diabetes, they're saying we are the diabetes capital of the world.
Yes.
But metabolic health is a pandemic in itself. And I think if you really want to contribute, then please come join us, because now with D-Life 5.0, I believe we have paid internship also, right? So आप स्विमिंग पूल के बाहर खड़े होकर कितना भी थ्योरी पढ़ लो, जब तक आप उसको अप्लाई नहीं करोगे, and this is
Yeah.
the beauty of D-Life. Nobody is saying कि पहले नहीं था. People are saying they are also evolving, they are also going to the next level. Partner
Yeah.
with them, be a part of the journey. So this is the right time to join. Plus you have a certificate which is legally tenable, like NSDC gives you. And if I have clients from outside, uh, three of them. So I have 144 CPD points. I can easily practice, right? So I would say have that passion to about this field. Then only it makes sense for you to jump in, not because you have the money to jump in.
Yeah.
Then
No,
only it makes
absolutely
sense
correct.
to
You're
you.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And we
And
also want
I
such
think you're,
people only in the D-Life community. We don't want
yeah, no,
people who have
and I
thrown
think
money and
that's a very noble thought also that you are talking about, one is serving. I think there are two kind of people who can benefit from the course, right? One is people who want to reform themselves, right? Their family, etc. And just by the knowledge they get, they can reform themselves or their family for a longer term. It's not for 1 or 2 months or 3 months, but the entire change in habit and lifestyle, right? It's not like you're curing a symptom, right? Which is mostly done traditionally we cure the symptom and not the root cause, right? Here we are talking about completely reversing the root cause in most cases, right? That's one kind of people. The other kind of people are maybe like you and me, or a lot of people who also want to take it as a full-fledged career, right? um and why they can take it, obviously you mentioned it rightly, so that one is the NSDC partner certification, which makes you legally tenable in India. Second, 144 CPD hours, CPDSO UK hours, given by CPDSO UK, which is the largest. 144 hours is the largest today globally in the low carb nutrition space, right? Nobody can give that to
Absolutely.
us. And that's one certification which allows you to kind of practice in 50 plus countries sitting in India. You said you have clients in Ireland and everywhere, and the CPD kind of gives you that insurance and that blanket protection, and the license to kind of practice. Nobody can question you that why you're having a client in Ireland. You are allowed to have, you're enabled to have. And obviously the a body of someone in Ireland is not very different from a body of someone sitting in India, right? Biologically the bodies are same. And we keep talking about that, okay, let's keep genetics aside for most of things and talk about the present, right, of your lifestyle and stuff, etc. So I think those are the things that kind of sets this course apart. And apart from that, as you mentioned, DLife 5.0 is obviously, for people who have got certified through DLife, they get the first chance to kind of get into a paid internship where they will be mentors, working with senior mentors, will have some set of clients, and will be obviously remunerated for the services they're providing, right, with the support of all the communities, etc. And it's just a multiplier effect that kind of moves into it. Anurup, we will take a pause here. If you have any last thoughts that you would like to share.
No, I think you're right. I think we probably are expert mentors, the community. We have tie-ups with ThyroCare, I Thrive, and a lot of internal, our course members are also, having their own products. So it's a very thriving community. And I think I should probably, if anybody were to see this video, really invite them to, introspect from the first principles. Finance is one you must understand and learn it, because basics, same is for health. You cannot be dependent on the doctors. You can't be dependent on the compartmentalized knowledge. Even so, if you need any, you know, help, then you must understand what's happening to you. You don't want to be dependent. Yeah, I think so. It's a really, it's a big invitation to people to really come and join. That's what I would tell to my friends also. I'll just close by saying this famous quote by Thomas Edison, who says that the doctor of the future will go give no medicine, but will interest his patients in diet, in the cause and prevention of disease. So I think this is the way forward.
Yeah, thank you so much. And with that note, as Anurup also mentioned, that um, if you want to watch this video, please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe to our DLife YouTube channel. Press the bell icon for regular updates. More updates are coming in. Anurup is also a part of that revolution that we are bringing into India and globally, in the next few months, and continue to do so. Thank you so much, Anurup, for spending time with us. And have a good day, and we look forward to kind of continuing our collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Sayan. Thank you so much for hosting this. Thank you.